Hey guys, it's Shady, Homesteader. It's kind of wet and dreary outside, so I figured I'd make a video. Today we're going to do a mead. Now this is my first mead, so it's going to be a pretty simple recipe. What we're going to do is we're going to show you how I make it, mix it up, and then we're going to set it and let it ferment. And then it'll come back in 6 to 8 weeks and we'll check it again, and then we'll go on until it's ready to go. So let's get started. So first what you need is a fermenter. This is a glass jar. Probably started life out as a wine jar, like the sangria stuff. I got it at a thrift store for like $2, and I sanitized it with boiling water. You need to always have sanitizer. You need some honey. Alright, I have honey, but this is I just went and bought it. This is pure and simple. You have to have real honey though. It can't be that fake stuff. It has to say honey as the only ingredient, honey. This is the fuel for the yeast. You need some type of fruit. Today I'm using raisins. I'm just going to use 2 ounces of chopped raisins. I'm going to add the peel of this little clementine in there. We're going to use some black tea. That's going to give you some mouthfeel, and later on, it really doesn't give you any flavor, but in the mead itself, it gives you some mouthfeel, and also it helps the yeast. This is going to be black tea. You'll just use black tea, not fucking any other crazy bullshit tea. You need some water, and of course you need yeast. Alright, a tablespoon of yeast. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting in the raisins. Now these funnels have all been sanitized, boiled water. I ran off and didn't bring my little chopstick thing, so we gotta find something to pop down there. And I'll be right back. Let me go get some pop. And we're back. I couldn't find a chopstick, so I just grabbed a hard plastic straw. Bring this down here so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so basically I'm just shoving those down in there, right? Sticky. These are 2 ounces, basically 2 boxes of those little snack raisins that I chopped up. Now it's important to put this stuff in a certain way, otherwise you're just going to make a big mess, right? Okay, so we got that done. Now I'm going to turn my scale on. We're going to put 3 pounds of honey. We're at 1 pound right now. See, the honey's taking the raisins that got stuck in the tube down with it. We're at 1.1 ounce, basically. 1 pound, 1 ounce. I know, it's pretty awesome to watch this, huh? Don't worry, I'll fast forward it. Go ahead and peel this while I'm waiting. It's not yet ready. I got anything else to do. Take this. Basically, this is a perfect amount of orange peel for this recipe. It's just one small clementine. And then I'll just give that to my daughter later. Okay, and we're back. So all the honey is in there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this cup of tea, and it's in my wife's SOE Tactical coffee mug. And we're going to pour this in the funnel. It's hot tea. We're going to use the hot tea to kind of get the rest of the honey out of the funnel, because we weighed it, so it's got to go in there, right? Kind of a pain in the ass to pour tea in the fucking little funnel, but there we go. Okay, so at that, so now take our orange peel. We're going to take the funnel out. Instead of here, we're going to shove our orange peel down in there. It's going to add a little citrus flavor, but not really. I mean, a little bit of it. You'll get little notes of it later on. Okay, so the reason why this is so important to do an order, right? Because this is hot, right? So I've already dumped my yeast in there right now. It'd kill the yeast. So we're gonna take some water. And we're gonna fill it up about halfway. You don't want to fill it all the way up, because then when you go to shake it, it's going to be hard to mix all this up. So we're going to fill it up right about there. Alright, then we're going to take a cap, screw it on. Alright, and then we're going to shake the bejesus out of it. What we're doing here is we're mixing all the honey and the raisins and the water and the tea, and we're getting some air in the system, right? And we're cooling it down, because you just added that boiling hot tea in there. I think it looks pretty good, right? Well, thinking about when you're making mead, from what I've heard, I mean, like I said, this is my first one. When you think you're done shaking, shake for another 2 minutes. Alright. Looks like the honey's all mixed up. I'll put this back down here where you can see it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the rest of the water up to right about the neck. You got to leave a shoulder, because when you throw the yeast in here, when it starts to ferment, it's going to have foam. This recipe should yield about 12% alcohol by volume. I'll test it whenever we come back to it. Okay, so now you take yourself a dry funnel, right? Because this is all wet. Take your 1 tablespoon of yeast and you pour it in there. Make sure you get that all in there. Right. Kind of do a little swirl. You don't want to shake it up too much. Just enough to get the stuff past the foam. Okay, so now we're gonna take, it's called an airlock, right? This is gonna make gas. Alright, so we're gonna screw this airlock down. Put this lid back on, make sure it's nice and tight. If you don't have an airlock, you can just use the original cap. Just run it till it's loose, till just enough where you can rock the cap. Alright, so now we need to take, don't ever put water in here. What you want to do, put in an airlock, is a neutral spirit like moonshine or vodka or Everclear or something like that. Alright, and what you want to do is you want to fill it up to the half. Most airlocks have a halfway line. So you just take it, do your vodka, a little cheap. This is a cheap vodka I use to clean my freeze dryer with. Alright. Put the cap back on and then let it sit for a long time. And like I said, this is the first time I've ever done it, so I mean, if it tastes bad, I'll put it in that and run it and make some honey lawnmower fuel. Alright guys, well, hope you enjoyed my little video. Of course, we'll come back to this thing. I'm going to put this down under my table here in a cool, dark area. I'm going to call it my table of fermentation, since my lawnmower still, my lawnmower fuel still sitting on it. And we'll check back in about 6 to 8 weeks, and we'll try and see what it is, and we'll check the ABV on it, and we'll go from there. So stay safe, stay prepared, stay shady.